Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program with Scott Palmer, Dave Roberts, Chris Wagner for Lisa Thomas-Laurie, and Mark Howard.
Friday evening, the big story on Action News tonight, the search for answers in the wake of last night's devastating blast in Philadelphia's Kensington section, an explosion that took the lives of 3 people and reduced a piece of a neighborhood to smoldering rubble. With the light of day today, work crews moved in to begin the task of cleaning up the remains of 4 row houses on Masher Street near Ontario, as officials determined it was gas that caused the explosion. It happened at 9:20 last night. Residents said they smelled gas. The blast occurred without warning.
Nobody.
George Jones and his family has to forsake a house they've lived in for more than 20 years. You just went in to survey your house there. What did you find?
Total destruction. All the walls are cracked. A lot of debris. All the windows are broke. Furniture is pretty messed up. It's really bad shape.
City officials say the gas main rupture, which caused the explosion, was probably the result of heavy traffic and an eroded earth base supporting the gas main. At an earlier community meeting, Mayor Wilson Good said a multi-billion-dollar long-range plan to upgrade gas and water mains must be put into effect immediately.
I'm convinced that that process must now be started, and that by the year 2000, we have to be well underway in terms of replacement of some of our major systems in the city.
And while the cleanup continues tonight, many residents are still trying to come to grips with the reality of all of it.
It is the kind of neighborhood where everyone knows everyone, where children jump rope and ride bicycles, where crusty old men chew cigars and mix with wide-eyed children whose little hands cling to wire fences, separating them from a neighborhood that used to be.
And this will never be the same as far as I'm concerned, especially with my friends' houses going. It'll never be the same again.
George Jones lived next door to one of the 4 homes that blew up when a gas main ruptured Thursday. The side of his home is caving in. The inside, he says, might as well be. His home is littered with glass and debris, with cracked ceilings that allow sunlight in. No matter how long it takes to pick up the pieces, the memory of what happened is bound to be around for a long, long time. It's almost easy these days to rebuild houses, but it's far from easy to replace what's in them. And you certainly can't replace 3 lives.
I just keep thinking about the young girl over there that was killed. Just saw her brother shifting through the, the rubble and looking for personal things, and I can come in here even though everything's all messed up and broken. My personal things are still here. They're just wet and, dirty right now, but he doesn't have anything.
For having your children around you, I have 5 children. They're well raised, and 10 grandchildren, and 6 great-grandchildren. And I'm 75.
But Helen Phillips, like others, will have to move. Homes near the explosion may not be safe. Investigators will keep probing to find out exactly what happened. But for neighbors, it's not that simple. They know what happened. They just can't believe it did. Karen Friedman, Channel 6 Action News, Kensington.
Somebody will be held liable for these things that have occurred here.
If I go back, right, I'm gonna miss my friend, and the people that I know, then I'm gonna be around. I ain't gonna have nobody.
A total of 3 people were killed, 4 homes were completely destroyed, and several others damaged. Philadelphia Gas Works employees today tried to fix the broken gas main that triggered the explosion.
22-year-old Jose Alvarez is doing well despite the tragedy that occurred here in Kensington. Alvarez lost his 15-year-old fiancée, Ruth Alvarado, one of 3 to die in last night's explosion. Today was to be a special one for Ruth. Jose told me he was going to buy an engagement ring for her tonight. It was to be a special surprise.
I told her, that I had a ring, but she thought I was joking. And, I left it like that. So today I was going to come over and, at that time, have dinner. And after dinner, I was going to, poof, big surprise, for everyone. But I guess I'm the one that got the surprise.
Jose tells me he'll always have a special place in his heart for Ruth. As he put it, she was his one and only dream. Most of those I spoke with grieve for the families who lost loved ones in last night's blast. They watch stunned as crews continue their cleanup effort. They watch and wonder.
Jeff Barnes returned to the site of the destruction today, and he found a neighborhood still reeling from the shock of what happened.
I can't believe any of this happened.
That feeling was echoed by most of those I spoke with today on North Masher Street in Kensington. Neighbors say they heard two loud explosions, the crashing of debris, and then the fire.
These great, big, loud noises goes boom, boom, and I looked up the street, and the whole side of the building was falling out. I thought I was having a nightmare. It was horrible.
I was laying in bed watching TV, and all of a sudden I heard this bang, and I got thrown out of my bed on the floor. And twice it happened, and I ran downstairs, the lights went out, and my family was screaming, and the walls cracked, and it felt like there was going to be a nuclear war. It felt like there was going to be a nuclear war.
Felt like there was going to be a nuclear war.
It felt like there was going to be a nuclear war.
This series of calamitous events, all apparently sparked by the original explosion on North Masher. As we told you, officials now say it was a gas explosion.